Hi everybody, my name is Kevin Schulz and I'm here with two of my favorite surfboards. This is the Sci-Fi 2.0 by Tomo, and I'm also here with my favorite board shorts, the Apex by Outerknown. And I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to win them both today because summer's coming, and hey, everybody needs to have a good summer. So the Sci-Fi 2.0 has been one of my favorite boards that I've got in my quiver. It was originally designed by Daniel Thomson and Kelly Slater and now has been redesigned into the 2.0 by Daniel Thomson and Jackson Dorian. And this board has really just been one of my favorites that I've got in my quiver right now. The first thing I noticed about it was how fast it was, how electric it felt, and the speed I was getting into sections. And actually, that translated really well into my air game. So this has become one of my favorite air boards as well. When I think back about one of the best airs that I've done on this board, my mind immediately goes to a hippie flip that I did in the pool, and I was wearing a neon green suit. There's just something about the way the board takes off from when you're popping up to when you're putting your feet into the wax and on the stomp pad that really, it just feels electric, like you're almost stepping on a gas pedal. When I stood up on that wave, I felt like I was almost a little behind it, but as soon as I got some body movement going, these channels back here just felt like they locked in super hard to the wave and just shot me like a cannon down the line. And that's one thing that is huge to me, is the speed that this board can generate off of one simple pump. One other thing that I noticed about the Sci-Fi when I was doing airs was actually the swing weight in the nose. So I'm 6'1", this board's 5'6", and what's different about that is how short of a board it is. It allowed me to kind of spin faster and pivot quicker in the air. Another air that comes to my mind is actually a rotation that I did and it was a super windy day. And this board, when I say light, it's not so light that it blows away in the wind under my feet, but it's just enough to get the rotations going, to feel almost like just another part of your body versus something solid or big under your feet. It's just, this board truly connects and it feels like it's a part of me when I'm surfing it. As corny as that sounds, it's what it feels like. And it's not such a light board that it blows away in chop or wind. This thing handles chop, wind, you name it, it's good. When it comes to the way I actually surf this board made me more of a back-footed surfer than I was before. For a short board, this board has a pretty wide tail, and a wide tail traditionally means fast. Now, you've also got some channels to the back of this board, which is also an engine for speed, which is why getting your foot way back on the tail and utilizing that speed and gauging the horsepower that this board's got behind it is going to make you take off like a rocket. Getting your foot back on the tail here is like getting behind the wheel of a Corvette. This thing's got some muscle behind it. And if your foot is not on the tail, you're just ghost riding it at that point. And that's no fun. No fun to ghost ride the whip. So each one of these hips, curves, points, whatever you want to call them, is a pivot point to me. So when I was stepping on my back foot, it really allowed me to kind of turn off this point or this point or this point. And then the channels through the bottom just felt like they were locking the board in speed-wise. So putting your foot on the tail on this surfboard did a world of a difference for me. I felt like before I was kind of surfing off the middle, but as soon as I put a lot of my weight into my back foot, this is when the board really kind of showed its true colors and was doing that quick transition, and it was getting the speed. And that was just a matter of me changing my own surfing a little bit and recognizing that this board, in my opinion, was more of a back-footed surfboard than a front foot. One of the questions I get most about this surfboard is what kind of conditions I'm riding it in. And I would say that my go-to conditions would be a head-high, punchy beach break. The thing about a board that's this short in a punchy beach break is it really fits nicely into the pocket. It's not too long, you're not stuffing your nose in the lip, it's not too short that you're sliding out when you're bottom turning. To me, this board is perfect for that punchy beach break category because of how well it fits and meshes into that wave. What that means is just grip and drive off the bottom. It allows me to really go vertical, tight up into the pocket, and still rely on the board to come down out of it like a normal shortboard would. And I'm not worrying about poking on the bottom coming out of a turn. I don't know if everybody remembers, but I talked about the flat earth and how I would kind of scale that board up and down in size. This board I ride in one size and one size only, and that is a 5.6, and it's 26 liters. I really feel like I don't have to change size-wise too much. Where I do change, however, is with fins. So when we're talking fins, I've got two sets that I've been going to for the most part, and that is the Danman Firewire fins and the McFanning FCS Large. These two fins are got a couple points of difference. The McFanning fin seems to have a little more rake, and the Danman fin has a wider base and is kind of more of a straight up and down fin. I would say the Danman fin is a more user-friendly, all-around, everyday kind of fin, whereas the McFanning fins I'm throwing in this board when it's got a little more punch, a little bigger, and I want to draw out carves or have a bigger canvas in front of me. So beach break days, a little more punchy surf, I'm usually going to this Danman Firewire Large fin, and for bigger days that are a little more slopey, carvy, where I feel like I'm going to do some bigger turns, that's when I'm going to these McFanning fins. So today, it's a bit cold and windy in San Clemente, but summer's just around the corner, and I don't want to be the only one having fun on these surfboards here and in my favorite board shorts. So for your shot at winning a brand new Sci-Fi 2.0 in your dimensions and some fresh Apex board shorts by Mr. Kelly Slater, get on Instagram and upload a photo of you doing whatever you're excited to do this summer: hiking, fishing, surfing, dancing, whatever it is that makes you happy. Please hashtag #FindYourOuterknown and drawing new lines and tag myself. My Instagram is at Kevin_Schulz. Last name is spelled SCHULZ, no T. On June 11th, I will pick one of you at random to win a Sci-Fi 2.0 in your dimensions and a pair of Apex board shorts by Mr. Kelly Slater in your size, in whatever color you want. Can't wait to see all the photos you guys have to post, and yeah, just do what makes you stoked.